Good evening. Phil Lindemann, Krystal, 93 News. I-70 at Glenwood Canyon has been closed for nearly 24 hours following flash floods and 5 mudslides yesterday, and forecasters predict another round of flooding this afternoon. A flash flood watch is in effect for Glenwood Canyon now through midnight at the Grizzly Creek Fire burn scar. This is the third extended closure of the canyon this summer, and now CDOT is telling travelers to expect delays and detours through early next week. National Weather Service has also issued flash flood watches for portions of the East Troublesome Fire burn scar in Grand County and the Cameron Peak burn scar in Larimer County. Highway 14 through Poudre Canyon is closed after a woman drowned yesterday. Her body was found near the town of Rustic, where mudslides destroyed 5 structures. 2 men remain missing in the same area. After 6 months of sales, the local real estate market has already moved more than $1 billion of property. Breckenridge is leading the pack with 140 home sales totaling $286 million. That's more than a quarter of all sales, and twice as much as the number 2 market in Wilderness and Silverthorne with 79 home sales for $116.5 million. Average price for a home countywide this year is $1.3 million, 55% higher than last year. Townhomes are slightly cheaper, depending on where you live, $613,000 in Wilderness, over $1.25 million in Breck. Data comes from Summit Association of Realtors. More than 60 stakeholders met in Breckenridge today for the Summit County Housing Action Initiative, a 6-hour intensive covering everything from short-term rentals and workforce apartments to the fabled Lake Hill project in Frisco. We had 2 questions for them. Why were you there, and where does Summit go from here? Rob Murphy, Executive Director for the Summit Combined Housing Authority.
The rental housing is definitely a key area of need, and we don't have the supply for a lot of reasons. So I think today is an opportunity for community stakeholders to talk about how we're going to handle that as a community. It's not a new issue, but it's gotten much worse, and already there's a lot of good ideas coming out of today.
Frisco Mayor Hunter Mortensen on Lake Hill, which is planned for Dillon Dam Road.
I think for the first time in years, it used to be kind of a Frisco and county partnership, but there were representatives from every town in the county because it's no longer a county Frisco project. The whole county now needs it and wants to be a part of it, and that's really encouraging.
Tune in again tomorrow morning for more from today's Housing Action Initiative. This week on the State of Summit.
We've been dealing with COVID for well over a year now, and with our lower caseload in Summit County, we're able to take more time and complete thorough investigations for every single case and for every single close contact that we have.
That was Wesley Black, Branch Chief for the Summit County Contact Tracing Team, explaining how his job has evolved since the early days of COVID-19.
It's really just trying to mitigate the spread of COVID throughout our state. So it's kind of a rewarding job, to be honest with you.
He admits the job can be contentious when people do not want to share information or blame his team for imposing rules they do not agree with.
Really, we're here to educate. We're not here to be the bad guy or strongly enforce and take away people's freedom. It's really just finding a fine balance between keeping folks safe and just continuing to further mitigate that spread.
Positive test rate in Summit today is 113 per 100,000 people, the highest it's been since late April, with at least 26 new cases in the past week. 4 people have been hospitalized. Tune in again next Wednesday for The State of Summit on Krystal 93. It has been a long, hard road for ski mountaineering, the uphill-downhill endurance sport that finally, just yesterday, won an invite to the Winter Olympics. Ram Michaelis, president of the U.S. Ski Mountaineering Association.
And there was an attempt to get into the 2022 Winter Olympic Games in Beijing, China, but that didn't pan out.
Michaelis lives right here in Summit, where ski-mo athlete Grace Stayberg and coach Joe Howdyshell now have a shot at the Olympics.
We're super excited. We've recently rejigged our ongoing strategy as well as a 3 to 5 year focus. And we've got some great development and high-performance plans in the works.
Ski-mo makes its debut at the 2026 Winter Games in Italy. In sports, the Rockies just beat the Mariners at home 6-3. And in local sports, brought to you by American Family Insurance, the Weiss Agency, we have been reporting on motorized surfboards, aka e-foils, which are not officially banned or approved for use on Dillon Reservoir, but they do need to be inspected, like all motorized watercraft. This morning, we said paddleboards also need to be inspected before going on the water, and that is not correct. Paddleboards and 10 other personal craft, including kayaks and canoes, do not need inspections. You can launch them from anywhere on the lake. Phil Lindemann, Krystal, 93 News.